Okay, welcome. Here we go.
Well, here we go. Thank you so much for tuning in. Or whenever you're joining us, we're delighted to have you with us. I am Diana Brown. With me, of course,
Dan
is
Wilson, and together we are
Binge
Watch.
Watch.
That is the funny thing, is that we are doing a live show. We're so glad to have you here if you're live with us, but the show does live in perpetuity forever through the magic of the internet.
Yes, so if you're joining us right now, you are part of our live virtual studio audience. And if you are joining us and watching the show at another time, well, we love you just as much. And we are so excited.
We are. Christmas is coming. Oh, but there's a different reason.
I do love the holiday season. Happy holidays, whichever holiday you celebrate. Or if you avoid the holidays, we still wish you a wonderful wintry time because
Yes.
winter is coming. And I don't mean that in a Game of Thrones way.
At least not in the last season way.
No.
Not a thing to look forward to.
However, Dan,
You were gonna talk. There was talking about to be had.
yes, about our wonderful guest tonight. We're so excited to have the return of Wittypedia.
This is a fantastic group that we got to see live back in the day when we were still, doing things live back in the day. And this is their second appearance here on Bingewatch and Friends.
Yes, and we're thrilled to have them back with us. And we need something from you for them. We need to know what is something that you would go on an internet search for. So go ahead and put that in the YouTube chat. I'm also going to invite people to those who have put things in the Facebook chat. We're going to go there now.
Because we have synchronicity, we're working multi-level marketing cross-platform. And while we're waiting for Diana to go ahead and check that feed, I also want to say, please like, subscribe, put in comments, all those things to feed the algorithm. And also, please feel free to check out the rest of our channel. We have show archives from since the beginning of the pandemic,
Yep.
as well as sketch, as well as archives of live shows from on stage in the past, as well as our own virtual chat show featuring Emmett and Addie called That's the Thing.
Because
Lots of things here happening
there's
on
a
the
lot
channel.
of things. That's right. So yeah, check out Emmett and Addie. And when you check out Emmett and Addie, they talk a lot about members of their family. So if you're inspired to put in the comments some stories about your family, we would love to hear about them. And who knows, they may end up in a show.
That said, do we have some suggestions for Wittypedia?
We
I do
do.
see that we have one here on YouTube looking for a hassock.
Ooh, like what is a hassock? I always get that confused with a...
Hammock?
Yes, and then something else. I think a hassock is like a
Cossack?
footstool. Maybe that's it. I think I get hassocks and cossacks confused. I mean, I literally know what they are, but somehow the words trip me up a little bit. I think it's a footstool. A hassock is a
Okay,
footstool.
well, what else have we got here?
Well, we also have, oh my gosh, Fontana Butterfield posted. Oh my God, I was just about to post. Does anyone I know teach unicycle riding? And then this one I'm fascinated by this one. Jason Hayter, he posted, is Jimmy Fallon wearing a toupee? So I think that is the suggestion that we are going to capture. All of these suggestions are awesome.
Just in case you were curious, no, this ginger mess is actually real. Just in case you were all curious.
Well, so's this one. Just in case. Like, people, they're real. They're both real. So that is a suggestion for Wittypedia tonight. Is Jimmy Fallon wearing a toupee? Let's follow Wittypedia down the internet rabbit hole as they search and amuse us with their amazing, brilliant improv stylings.
And that's our cue to enter, not the one that I messed up. Hi, I am Mike Witry, here with Wittypedia. We may be smart, intellectual comedians, but some of us kind of were not paying attention when we were told we were supposed to turn our video on. And by some of us, I mean me and only me. I am joined tonight by my fellow scholar comedian. Say hello to Amanda Hardin.
That's
Ian
me.
Williams, Sonia Kuhn, and Karen Manthe. And we are going to be taking a trip down the internet rabbit hole, starting with our suggestion about Jimmy Fallon. So naturally, if you wanted to find this information out about Mr. Fallon, you would look on Wikipedia. So I have Mr. Fallon's Wikipedia article on my phone right now. James Thomas Fallon, born September 19th, 1974, is an American comedian, television host, and actor. He is known for his work in television as a cast member on Saturday Night Live and as the host of late night talk show The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, and before that, Late Night with Jimmy Fallon. Fallon's next project is The Even Later Show with Jimmy Fallon, in a bid to simultaneously host all late night television. Fallon has idolized this project since his early days on Saturday Night Live, and in addition to hosting a number of chat shows, Fallon is working on developing his own infomercials so that on TV networks that don't air late night programming, he'll still be on the air pitching things like towels and tape and hotlines to call to speak to single women, which still exist here in the year 2021.
Related article, infomercials. Infomercials are a version of a long commercial, usually shown on QVC or a late night, in between late night binge eating. Infomercials are very popular with the mid to late 50s crowd who are very interested in the miracle mops or in creams to make you look younger or even jewelry. Infomercials can have a wide variety of
Tinder search, someone who might be conducting an infomercial.
I'm Janine, and I'm so excited to talk to you about Quicken Rat. Quicken Rat is the pink goop that you can put in your hair when you get gum stuck in it, or you can even use it to brush your teeth or clean your stovetop. I'm so excited to find a partner who wants to try my Quicken Rat with me.
I do get a lot of gum in my hair. Swipe right.
Oh, honey, I am so excited you invited me on this date. Now, it wasn't my Quicken Rat that really got you interested in this.
Yeah, I'm really excited to try it.
Honey, I'm telling you, if you get on the ground floor of this, you are going to be a millionaire. Okay? You just get 4 friends to join my idea here. And all you got to do is pay some small installments. And honey, you are going to be so rich.
I see what this is about. Swipe left. I'm not getting any of that.
Hi, I'm Linda Carter. My acting work has dried up for the last 10 years or so. So if you've got a beauty product that you want me to pitch, I'd be happy to do it. You know, the mortgage doesn't pay itself.
I'm really looking for someone that already has something going on. So swipe left.
I could have done a cameo in the new Wonder Woman movie, but they didn't want me.
So I've got the manual for you if you've had a Tinder date that's gone wrong and maybe you have a little package you need to dispose of discreetly.
Ooh, getting scary vibes from this one. Swipe left.
Related article, Scary Vibes. Scary Vibes is a band that was started in 1986 with Bruce Springsteen's little brother, Carl. Carl was so excited to start this band that he invited his best friend, his wife, and his cousin to join this band. Carl had a one-hit wonder called Scary Like My Father, as we all learned about Carl and Bruce's abusive father. Their one-hit wonder.
Related article, The Beach Boys. The Beach Boys are a band that consisted at one point mostly of the Wilson brothers, who got into music because their father was a real SOB to them. The modern incarnation of the Beach Boys contains no Wilsons, and in fact, for a while, had Uncle Jesse in it. But they still go on tours on county fairs in the hopes that they will find a young man who is clean cut and ready to be a successor to the current Beach Boys. In fact, some people believe that the Beach Boys don't actually make any money on their current tours. The entire purpose of these tours is for recruiting, to fill up the band with people who will replace the current members when they age out.
Disambiguation, beach toys. Beach toys are a universal toy that is usually played on the beach with sand. Beach toys can range anywhere from shovels and rakes to teapots and cups, and a lot of people from Florida like to use Tupperware as their beach toys.
Discussion forum. My mom just brought Tupperware, and everyone else had these sand castles.
Have you seen the lots of bowl and how much sand you can put in there? That's like sand building material. Like you can mass build your sandcastles.
I mean, I bring my Lunchables all the time. I bring my Lunchables that I eat at the beach, and then I use that plastic container, and I create the best things. So I think you should
Related
get that
article.
attitude.
Speech ploys. Speech ploys is a terminology used when trying to change the subject real quick. You have different ways to engage a conversation switch up. The beach ploy or speech ploy would be changing the subject very quickly, rudely interrupting the person that's talking, changing the subject from something entirely unrelated, or of course, drawing out a statement that you might be trying to communicate. Here, speech ploys are...
Related article or disambiguation, speech boy. Speech boy was a young man, a little bit like Bubble Boy, but instead of being in a giant bubble, was just encased in different people's speeches. They automatically just magnetized to this little dude and just created like its own speech bubble around him. And it was really inconvenient for going to school. Couldn't go to rallies at all for fear of just being encased in words. It became especially bad.
How to go to rallies. Perhaps you're wondering, what's the best way to get involved in a political cause? Well, obviously, you need to get involved in a rally. And there are many different ways to find one that's right for you. Step 1. Try using psychic energies by directing your chi towards the center of your pineal gland. You'll be able to incite the part of your brain that detects when mass communication is going on around you. This has laid dormant in the human brain for several thousand years, but you can excite it just by pointing correctly. Step 2. Don't go to this rally. Step 3. Consult your Viking friends. Perhaps they know how to interpret ancient runes that will predict when interesting rallies will be going on near you. You might not be able to spot someone as a Viking right away, but the second they start speaking the ancient runic speech, you'll know it's them. Step 4. Be careful that when you're asking people about what rallies they want to attend, that you're making eye contact with them. Women know when you're not looking at their eyes, and it makes them less likely to want to direct you to the kind of rally where you're going to be able to get involved in things. In fact, if you look down too much, they may direct you to a rally for creepers, and that's another place you don't want to go to. See step 2.
Related article. Look at my eyes, Jim. Look at my eyes, Jim, was a mantra that was picked up during the Me Too movement as women were tired of men looking down their blouses. Look at my eyes, Jim became this rallying cry for feminists all over the world and during the women's marches where they would carry signs and wear turtlenecks. Women were forcing men to make eye contact when they were having a conversation versus allowing a man to eyes to wander all over her body. This became so popular.
Craigslist search. Look at my eyes, Jim sign.
Does anyone have any magazines I can cut out for my sign for the march today? I am just struggling. So I'm a single mom and I've been living in my car and I could really use the help.
Okay, well, I meant to look on the get the sign one, not helping people find signs. So sorry, I just not what I need right now.
If you're a good-looking woman who wore a turtleneck to the women's march, I'll buy it from you for $60 and I'll pay $100 if you didn't wash it.
No thanks. No thanks.
It's
Related article. I'll buy it from you. I'll buy it from you is a alternative to Craigslist in which people list things they have for sale that they wouldn't normally list on Craigslist because they're considered kind of ew, such as worn turtlenecks, worn socks, and the things you find in the back of the refrigerator way after Thanksgiving. The market for this is surprisingly hot, particularly the Thanksgiving leftovers, because some kids put off their science experiments and need things at the last minute. I would buy that from you. People can list things that they are searching for, and one thing that of note that people were searching for.
New tab. What to do with your Thanksgiving leftovers? Are you stuck at Thanksgiving time? You're sick of the turkey. You're sick of the stuffing. Those yams are just.
How to survive Thanksgiving. Not all of us have families that are easy to get along with. Some of us wouldn't even call it dysfunctional. That would be an upgrade. Well, here I have a 5-step process on how to survive this Thanksgiving. Number 1, you're now gluten.
New tab. How to build a toupee for your Thanksgiving. Now, you want to make sure that you look good for all those single people who are going to be at your Thanksgiving, hopefully not your relatives. But if you're going to get your toupee, first you're going to need to collect all the hair that you first shaved from your face.
Close tab.
And once everyone realizes that you lied about being vegetarian, you're gluten intolerant and lactose intolerant, they're not going to want you there, and so you'll be excused from
Close
Thanksgiving.
tab.
And then you mix it all together and shove it in the stomach of a goat. And I guarantee once you
Close
rip,
tab.
And after the cloning scandal and from the toenail clippings that were purchased, the site was shut down for legal reasons. They could no longer afford to pay the fines that were involved. I will buy it from you founder.
Related article, cloning scandal. Cloning Scandal was the name of a popular band from 1991 to 1992. They were really excited about what was happening with cloning and where it was at. And the band was actually made of cloned people. The clones, like they do in every good instance, soon went haywire.
Alexa, how do I clone myself?
Every
1,
Wants
2,
clone,
themselves.
but
sometimes,
Your
body.
doesn't.
work.
Oh, bummer. Okay, so maybe instead like cryogenics or something. Like, how did Disney freeze his head? Hey, Alexa, how did Disney freeze his head?
He
Took
His
head
and
froze.
it.
Oh, that's crazy. Alexa, what's the best way to freeze my own body?
Start
By
Moving.
to
buffalo,
Wild.
wings.
because
There.
Wings,
will
Freeze.
your
nervous
System.
Related article. Frozen 3.5. Frozen 3.5 was a spin-off of the popular Frozen movies, in which it had nothing to do with Anna or Elsa or Olaf, but was in fact just the story of Disney and how his head was frozen in order to represent all of the ideas that he had. It was really unpopular, and no
click
studio.
for video. Well, Liz, I'm close to dying. I figure the people of the world need to know what ideas I had before I left.
Well, there's got to be some way that we can just save that knowledge. Your mind is so amazing. Like you came up with Mickey and Minnie, who's basically Mickey with a bow, and you came up with Donald and Daffy, and which
And also the computer wore tennis shoes. That was me.
Related article. Brain freeze. Brain freeze is when you consume too much cold stuff back to back. It was believed at a time in the 1960s that if you had a severe enough brain freeze, one, it could either kill you, or two, you might become a genius, which really started in where cloning was invented. Sir Humphrey Weiner invented a cloning technique that believed that he discovered after experiencing a very severe brain freeze. What was later described
Tinder search for really smart men.
Hi, my name's Steve and I have a PhD.
He doesn't say in what. Swipe left.
Yeah, she figured me out.
my name is Greg. I am not computer program. I am real person.
Swipe left.
I'm the best chess player west of the Mississippi.
Ooh, swipe right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love chess. Thank you for agreeing to go on this date with me.
I can't talk about chess on our first date. That's too personal. That's like, would I ask you, what are you good at? Huh? Would I ask you about that?
No, I'm not sure. I'm
What are
very
you good at?
uncomfortable.
Sorry, I come off rude sometimes. People say my words are very calculated and very direct sometimes. Not.
Related article.
I'm just
Chess
looking
Date.
for my mate.
Chess Date is a dating service set up to help people who enjoy chess go on dates with each other. Its slogan is naturally, find your mate. The people who created Chess Date initially thought that you would have to win the right to get a date by defeating the other person at chess, but then they realized that this would result in one person either wanting to win and the other person wanting to lose if they wanted to go on a date with each other. But if they didn't want to go to a date with each other, then they would play to win.
Disambiguation. Chess Date. Chess Date is an app for pirates looking to find love. What ironically has the same slogan, find your mate, as Chess Date. In this
Related article, booty call. Booty call is essentially when you only have someone that you call when you are looking for a one-night stand. These have been known to be successful for some people out there.
Related article. Booty ball. Booty ball is an annual ball that happens in New York City. It's a naked ball where anybody is invited as long as they are showing their butts. Booty ball.
Click for video.
Darla, I don't feel comfortable here. I want to go. I feel like this is not the best for us.
Stella, this is absolutely the best for all three of us.
Look at
I
my
know-
thighs, Jim. Look at my thighs.
I feel super exposed right now.
Oh,
And
You
I know you're
two,
all about building confidence, but this doesn't feel right.
look, your cheeks are flaring. You are showing off the best of yourselves.
Girl, you are so confident. I just wish I had your confidence.
It's just about putting your best cheek forward.
No one's ever told me
And
that.
that's Wittypedia. Well, thank you again to Binge Watch for hosting us. Thank you for everybody who has watched the show and provided us with suggestions. Let's say hello to our cast one more time. Let's wave to Karen. Hi, Karen. Let's wave at Amanda. Hi, Amanda. Let's wave at Ian. Hi, Ian. We'll wave at Sonia. Hi, Sonia.
And Michael.
And
Yay,
Michael.
hi. Me.
Yay.
Yay.
Binge Watch, thanks for having us. That was so fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we are, I think we're about ready for Binge Watch to come back on, aren't you?
Ooh,
Yes.
can't wait. This is gonna be good.
So,
Let's
we
get
will-
going.
Yep, we'll be saying goodbye to you for now, and we'll see you again at the end of the show. And here
Yay.
comes Binge Watch.
Woo!
Woo! Let's hear it for Wittypedia.
Wittypedia!
Woo! That was amazing. I will never think of some of those things in the same way again.
Some of those things I never thought of before.
I
So,
know,
there
and now
go.
you will never stop thinking of
No,
them.
my brain is going to go really into how easy it is to get a swipe right on Tinder, which has not been my experience at all. Folks are very into swiping right, which is nice. I'm definitely a left recipient, by and large. So, oh, no, you look at me sad. No, don't be sad. It's okay. It's okay.
I was less sad more than like, I don't believe you. Because look at this guy, right? I mean, you know, beautiful human
That's
being.
not what the show is about, darling. It's not about getting me, a little something, something. It's about doing a show for these people.
We are going to do a show for these beautiful
We are.
people. Thank you again for being with us. And we have asked for some suggestions of what are you currently binge watching?
Yeah, what are you streaming? What are you watching? We've got one here in the chat here on YouTube about Wheel of Time, which I've been hearing a lot about lately.
I have been hearing about it. Now, I'll be completely honest. I have not seen this show at all, but I did look it up. And Wheel of Time follows Moraine, I'm probably mispronouncing that name, a member of the incredibly powerful all-female organization called Aes Sedai. Again, probably mispronouncing.
The lore on this thing is deep. I went to the article on Wikipedia, and it was lengthy.
This is just a tiny description.
Yeah.
But apparently, she goes to a small town of 2 rivers where she embarks on a dangerous world-spanning journey with 5 young villagers. Numbers are very important here. One of whom is prophesied to be the Dragon Reborn, the one who will either save or destroy humanity. That makes me think of Buffy and the Key.
Well, it's very high fantasy. It's
Very
it's
high
very
fantasy.
like technology has about gotten as far as the Middle Ages. Lots of magic, lots of really arcane lore around the creation of the universe, which will be an interesting to mix with some of the other shows you've gotten from our Facebook
Yes,
audience.
from our Facebook audience, from also in the chat here. I am definitely seeing holiday specials.
Holiday specials, okay. So those are always heartwarming and wholesome. And if we're going back to like the Rankin and Bass, also a bit weird and surreal at times.
Yeah, they
too.
got very psychedelic there. That came to us from Stacy Marshall. Thank you, Stacy. And the Wheel of Time came to us from Heidi Duncan. Thank you, Heidi.
Anything else on the Facebook?
Well,
feed?
yeah, there's also some serious love as I go back here.
Serious
for-
love is better than frivolous love.
That's
you
right.
know.
Rich Capitan is, thank you, Rich, currently really getting into Get Back about the Beatles. And the thing he really loves about it is enjoy seeing the creative processes and realizing at the end of the day that the Beatles were just people.
I don't believe it. I'm pretty sure they were actually, covered in chitin.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Well, chitin, chitin, it's what the Beatles shells are made of.
Oh, right. Yes, I see where you're going with
Science!
that. Woo! Well, they were just pipple.
Well,
Just
God.
pipples. He spelled it PPL, just, he abbreviated it. So I know he meant people, but it's pipples.
Pipples.
They're just
Pipples.
pipples. The
We
Beatles
got
are just
the Great
pipples.
British Baking Show coming in here as well.
Ooh.
Any other options?
Well,
Let's get two more and then make a decision.
So we have Wheel of Time. Oh, a postmodern jukebox, but that would require us to sing, and we don't have
For like a
accompaniment.
half hour.
Right?
Yeah.
And you don't want.
I do love postmodern jukebox.
I do
though.
too,
They
but
are.
They're
so good.
amazing.
They're on YouTube. If you don't know them, check them out.
Check them out hard. The Beatles. So Rankin Bass and all holiday specials, like all of them. So I've been watching some animated ones. I've been watching, and of course, the holidays. You've got all those crazy Hallmark movies.
We do.
Now Heidi, we asked her, "What do you love about Wheel of Time?" She liked that she couldn't predict what would happen next, and the characters have dimension.
Well, if you caught our last live show and we did Hogan's Heroes meets, what was it? Hogan's Heroes meets. That show got weird.
That show got really
You
weird.
could not predict that show, so we've definitely got some experience on that. Well, which of these is tickling your fancy, Diana Brown?
Well, I know you're really leaning into Wheel of Time. I'm seeing that.
Well, we both did some research on it.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. I don't know. I'm really torn between Christmas specials and the Beatles.
Do you want a coin?
Yeah, you can. Well, I think we both are agreeing on Wheel of Time, so it's a matter of what to put with it, and I'm going to let you choose.
Let's go Beatles.
Okay, so thank you. Let's sit back. All of these are great suggestions, but we're going to go with the Beatles. I know not a lot about, truthfully, I just love their music, but, only what I've read on.
Knowing nothing has never stopped us before.
Never. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy the first and perhaps only episode of
Medieval Music Man. Burn, burn, burn. Do. Oh, hello.
Now that's quite a lick you got going there.
It's what I do best,
I know. You know what's interesting? You sound like me.
Well, you sound like a bit like me as well. But, we are from the same village here, in this wonderful world that we call the wheel.
Or
I think we call it the wheel. Some call it the cheese, but some call it the cheese wheel.
some call it the Mice's Delight where I come from.
Really? Is that like a local regionalism?
I think so.
Nice. I like the idea of the cheese wheel. I think that we live on the cheese wheel of space and time, in which we are both being consumed by the cheese wheel while we also consume it ourselves.
Are you saying we're riding the life that is consuming us?
Right, yeah, exactly that. We're riding the light that's consuming us.
Wait a minute. It's
Yeah.
But it's more like, we've got a cheese wheel to ride.
We've got a cheese wheel to ride. Oh, you're brilliant. You're fabulous. I like you a lot, actually. Are you looking to be a minstrel, a lute player? Are you looking to wander the land and bring joy and peace to the world?
It's like you're reading my dream diary.
That would be rude of me to do that.
That's awkward.
It's awkward for me to.
It's only awkward if I don't admit what I'm about to admit. I've been watching you.
All right. Well, I am, a professional musician who wanders the streets, so that's actually kind of nice to hear.
And I left my dream diary on the sidewalk for you to read. I don't know why it's called a sidewalk, except you walk on it on the side. Someday, I prophesize, it will be ubiquitous. Yes.
That's a nice word.
It's a nice word.
You're a real lyric man, aren't you?
I am.
I mean, I'm great with, picking out the tunes and getting a nice catchy riff going here. You know what they say?
What do they say?
They say a lot of things.
That's the thing.
They do, yeah, indeed. But what I was thinking of in particular, what they say, is that music is a way of channeling magic.
That's what I understand.
Yeah, exactly, it is.
And I
if you can choose the right notes, you can cast spells.
Me mum warned me about one that might come, that casts spells, has knowledge, beguiles us to think that it's all just a happy tune, Might that be you?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I just do what I do, but we could be a team, you and I. Maybe get 2 others to come join us. You could be the word person, I could be the pretty one.
I'd argue with you, but you're right about that. You're the pretty one.
Absolutely.
You be pretty, or be clever. We'll find someone to beat a drum.
My name's Paulinus, by the way.
Oh, is it? My name is, well, it's written in the stars. You'll have to guess it.
All right, let's see here. Do, 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 do. All right, it's John. John, it's in the stars there.
That's
so,
right.
Right, hit the right notes and they kind of like make little lines between them. I told you music is magic.
It's John, but it's spelt with an A.
Yeah.
It's Jan,
John,
really.
John, yeah.
But I prefer John, actually. Again, it's like you're reading my dream journal. Because I left it out there for you.
You're right, and I thought it was interesting. I found a lot of them a bit perverse, to be quite honest.
Oh.
I mean, they were a little bit disturbing, but I don't judge you for that, because dreams are funny things.
Funny things.
But the bit with the hedgehog was a bit too far. A bit too far. I don't know why you wrote it down so folks could see it.
The hedgehog is just a little fool on the hill.
I want you to make it quite clear, that as we continue our musical relationship, that I am not the hedgehog. I am the cheese man.
Well, I am, then, apparently, I am the wallflower. Coo,
I don't
coo,
coo-choo.
coo.
We have a problem with these ragamuffins moving throughout our land.
I know. Do what about it should we doth?
I don't know, but I
don't
do have
either.
concerns that they are bringing happiness and joy to the population, which doth displease the Lord of all dark magic, the Shaitan. No, I spoke his name and I should not, but yet, the Shaitan.
We must do the ritual now, the bowing of 3 times backwards and front.
1, 2. I swear it makes me throw my back out every single time.
Every single time.
Which, of course, is why we do it, to bring the pain to the Shaitan, the source of all power, corruption, which I do like the corruption. It's one of my favourite parts of this job.
Favourite part of
It's
the job.
so
I mean, the
nice.
corruption is so nice. I mean, the thing about the corruption is you really have no moral centre, no compass. You can just sort of go willy-nilly where you want to, id all out.
It just works out because in a non-theistic society in which we're not bound by the rules of a divine-centered morality, but rather by an extraordinarily complex lore of somewhat extremely inhuman entities.
Can I just
that
hurt
have no
something
right or
now?
wrong. Yeah.
All right, I get very lost when you go on in a way that makes me get very excited.
There's a puppy.
Oh no, it's looking at me.
Well,
I
are
can't
you-
hurt it when it looks at me. I
Are
has
you
to
evil or not?
Well, that's just it. I've been worrying lately about just how evil I am, and I caught myself humming something.
Humming?
Yes,
Was it discordant?
yes.
Okay, that's good. At least it was discordant.
But
That's
then
good.
it got, dare I say it, harmonious. Ah, I needed that.
Of course you did. And you'll get another one if you ever bring about harmony again. You know the harmony brings the light. The light brings ethics. Horrible, horrible ethics.
I saw the light. It came down out of the sky like a promise, a whisper, a lick on the cheek from a puppy. It came at me and pierced me. You see, I'm not the man I was yesterday.
Yesterday.
All my troubles seemed so far away, and now they look... I can't go on.
If you want to be powerful, beyond words, you've got to be like me.
Something inside me makes me want to clutch at your heart and squeeze it till it writhes in my hands.
By the time I'm through with you, you will bite the head off a bat in front of the throngs chanting your name.
But don't you understand? When I get to the bottom, I go back to the top of the slide, then I stop and I turn.
then I shall have to hit you with Dr. Maxwell's silver hammer, and it will come down upon your head, and you'll then know the true meaning of the shaitan.
I am keep dreaming of her. Sits. Eleanor Rigby. I know not of this person, and yet she's in all my dreams. Sits in the church where the wedding has been. Whose wedding? Because you know, if one of the minstrels should wed the powerful, all that we know will cease to be.
Then you must find this Eleanor Rigby, and you must do unto her as I have done to this puppy, or you will find yourself going down, down, down. Not in ethical estimations of your betters, but in power, in control. You will be a toad beneath my feet.
That was in my dream diary.
I wish you wouldn't leave it around. I hate that meme.
Father?
Daughter, come close, daughter. Do you hear the sound in the air?
It sounds like hope.
We don't have much of that here.
No, it's the first I've actually ever heard it. Mother used to talk of it before she died. I know you don't like me to speak of Mother.
It's hard, to be sure.
But she loved you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I loved her.
Yeah.
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 She would hold my hand, which I wanted so very much.
She wanted to hold your hand. I want to hold your hand.
Oh, the speech impediment has returned.
I...
We will get you to a medic sometime soon. We will find you a healer who will help you from your verbal tics and distractions.
I would like that, Father, but until then, you see, I think of the hope and the tick goes away. It's in the air.
Notes are in the air, but we must go to the High Correspondent first. Our family is called. I'm afraid, my child, that you must go sit in his chair and feel his disease. It has been called upon as being your time.
I feel too young to face that, but it is my bound duty.
It is. We must come together in this time.
Right now. Over. Me thinks that something will not be the same after this day.
Nothing ever is. The world is changing on this wheel of cheese upon which we turn. It grows more foul and odorous every day.
It's agedness, Father. One day it will crumble in us with it if we do not change the shape of things.
How can we change the shape of things? We are but peasants in this country. We are not wielders of power, wielders of magic, wielders of... There's that song again. There's that tune. Who's making that tune, daughter?
I don't know, but it recalls things I'm not old enough to know.
Oh, that's distressing.
In this song I hear there are places I remember.
The mania is upon you.
Though my life... Some have changed, some forever, some for better.
my daughter.
Some are gone and some remain.
Resist the mania that comes upon you. Resist it.
Though these places lose their meaning. And those who come before, in my heart, I love you more.
I love you, daughter. We will go now. And perhaps the song will prevent the disease from taking. But we must come together right now. Over there.
Over there.
Shh. Right, so I've got a new tune I'm working on, and I think it's quite nice, and I do like your lyrics.
Right, go on.
I like your lyrics, but I got to say, there's one thing that concerns me.
What's that?
The person who got us our drummer.
Why?
He's the worst.
Well, we could replace him.
He is. He's the worst. And I got to say,
I got us a gig.
you told me you found the best, but he's the worst.
Look, you take a peek when you can find one.
Well, you know, I see that theory. I see the theorem going on there. But look, we've got the magic of the wheel
We do.
in our instruments, and we can't do that with somebody who's not, you know, into the groove of what we're doing.
Well, I know. I mean, we want to go this way, and he wants to go this way. And I've seen some people who worship the Great Chiton, and I think that is actually where his allegiance lies, not with the music.
So we've got to find somebody else.
All right. Somebody seemingly docile and yet very, very powerful.
Yeah, you know, somebody who can do the job, you know, and he's got a bit of a character to him.
You know what? Butcher has a new apprentice. He just tenderizes the meat, so he's just pounding all day long.
Well, I'm telling you one thing. If you can get a good pounder, someone who can keep a good rhythm,
Right.
a good beat, we'll make a star out of him. We will.
I'm on my way. He's got a funny name.
Does he?
Yeah.
Like, you know, funnier than Joan with an A.
Yeah.
Right, well, okay, that's fine. You know, stage names are appropriate. People like it when we've got unusual
I don't know
names.
if it's his real name or not, but it's hard to tell. The page boy haircut, I can't really tell if it's a boy
I do
or a
like
girl.
that. I think we should all
I think
get
it's a
those.
they. I
We should
like
all
that.
get the page boy haircut.
Only if we can get this one to be part of the group.
Well, I mean, who wouldn't want to be part of the group? We've got
I've
the
got a
music
bit of
of the
indigestion
wheel.
going on. I took a bite of the wheel.
You took a bite of the wheel.
I was peckish.
Oh my God. That's why the music's in you. Because you've directly partaken of the wheel.
Well, if we all take a bite of the wheel, we might be the greatest.
There is a cost to that. There is a great cost to
There's a
that.
cost to everything.
True that. There's a cost to life. A
Maybe
cost to music, a cost to art. All right. You know, we've all got to eat a peck of debt before we die. Or so I've heard it said.
Yeah.
All right. I shall take of the earth itself, and I shall consume a bite, as you and your impulsiveness have done.
Just one thing. It's prophesied one of us is either the saviour or the destroyer of all we know.
Like one of us as a band, or one of us like the two of us?
Yes.
That wasn't a yes or no question, but all right.
But wasn't a yes or no answer if you were listening.
You're a words person. I like that. Toast peaty.
Well, yeah, see.
Right. Right. I'm seeing it now.
I'm feeling you seeing it.
I'm having a spiritual revelation that involves transcendental meditation. I can see beyond the fabric of reality, and I see that the cheese wheel is not just cheese.
No.
It's like a fruit cake.
Yeah.
It's full of all the good things of the universe.
It's similar to trifle, but much more firm.
I see us running through the villages and the towns of this place,
People are screaming.
chasing us, but
And not because they're mad.
right, not with evil intent.
No, but because we bring them, dare I say it,
Hope
joy.
and joy, and hope and joy.
But
you know.
mostly hope.
Yeah, but, you know, I think joy's definitely up there a bit.
You're
you know.
very kind and very gracious.
You know, I think definitely, you know,
Yeah.
a bit of this, a bit of that, or whatever.
But I mean, what people really want, right, is hope.
Yeah, but they do want joy.
Yeah.
I mean, they want joy in their cooking. They want joy in their sex. You know,
It's true.
people like joy.
Well, you know what hope is?
Is it a thing with feathers?
I've never heard that, but I like it. Maybe someone will write a book about that one
Be
day.
nice, yeah, you know.
Or, well, a scroll. I mean, books are very hard to come by.
They're hard to make, but we're getting aside
Hard to
from
carry,
things.
too. A scroll, you're going to sort of tuck it in
No,
your
you're just
pouch.
gonna you're sort of
Right in
get
there,
it
and you're good to
piece
go.
of
Bob's
it,
your
yeah.
uncle, right?
Right, you know, it's tied to the neck of your lute.
Bob is your uncle, isn't he?
He is actually.
How's
yes.
he doing?
He's not doing great. He's got the syphilis.
Oh, I thought it was the consumption, but the syphilis.
No, well, it sort of works the same way. It still eats away at
I
your brain.
confused the syphilis and the...
Oh yeah, well that would work. You know, no, this one's the one that like consumes your brain
Oh.
through the lower regions.
That's
It
a
kind of
long
works
journey.
its way all the way up.
Well, he's
yeah.
not very tall.
No, it's a shorter journey.
It's a
for
shorter
him.
journey for him.
It is. You know, your entire family's short, actually.
Yeah.
If you don't
I
mind
hope-
my saying so.
No, I don't mind at
I mean,
all.
you
I mean,
know.
I'm the tallest, and well,
Well, you know, absolutely.
let's hope none of us get the old,
Syphilis.
That's
yes.
right.
Right. Yeah.
Someone called it Sister Phyllis, and I thought they were talking about a nun, and I thought it was very rude.
No, Sister Phyllis. You know, she's the only one, but that's a different thing entirely.
Yeah.
You think that this drummer is going to be a good match for us,
I do. But you're going to have to tell.
Georgia? Oh, the worst.
You're going to have to tell the worst.
All right, fine. I'll be the leader of the group then. I'll be the one with the bad news tidings,
What?
and you can be the one who's.
I thought I was the leader because I've got the words.
You've got the words, but you're not making hard decisions now, are you?
You know what?
I know a lot of things.
I think we're going to do just fine for a really long time, and then someday.
Someday.
But that day's not
It's going to
today.
get ugly as hell.
Ugly
It's
as
going to
hell.
get ugly as hell, I imagine, yeah.
But,
But I think we're going to go through a lot of changes between now and then. It's not going to be like a quick thing. I think that we're going to change the world for ourselves and the world for others as well.
I like the idea of that.
Yeah. You mean, I might even make us like demigods.
One can dream.
You know, one might even say that we might become bigger than the dragon.
Now you're reaching for something.
I'm reaching for something there.
I better take another bite of the wheel.
Oh, no. That way madness lies. We've each had a bite.
That's
and
enough.
I've got to say that my pupils are doing things that they've not normally been doing.
As are mine.
We live in a world of madness and magic and music
I know.
and all sorts of things that...
Let's just promise one thing. We will never let our life partners get in the way of the music.
I think that you of all people, coming from that, yes, I agree. Our partners will never get in the way of our music.
Never.
And I put that on the wings of angels.
Yeah.
And by those wings I do pledge we will always be good to each other.
Always.
They spread across the land. They spread.
Everywhere. Everyone loved them.
It's-
Loves them more.
It's like an invasion.
It is. It's like a wall coming, an experience from a place to a new place, and everyone wants more of it. Young women are tearing each other apart to get to them. Young men are bobbing their hair and tapping their toes. It's a disease.
And not one that we're spreading.
No.
It's one that heals where it goes. Can you imagine a world without religion?
Ugh.
Can you imagine a world without power, control?
Can you imagine all the people just living for today?
Not today. This is a wheel that turns round and round. We must always live in the past as well as the future. If you'd only live for today, then what do you know what to grasp for?
And without grasping, you have no avarice, and without avarice,
You
we
have no...
control.
and no success. This world they are imagining. This world of love and peace and extremely odd metaphors.
But there's one song I can't get out of my head.
You've been listening to their music.
Well, after working with you, one song is very apt.
And what song would that be?
It's been a hard day's night. Ah!
You dare speak that to me after you failed in your attempt to
I was
capture
working
the
like a
Eleanor
dog!
Rigby. It may be a hard day's night,
I should be sleeping like a log.
but no. There's no sleep for failures. Sleep is for closers. And you did not bring me Eleanor Rigby. You did not bring me these minstrels of mayhem. You brought me nothing but excuses.
But have you seen Polythene Pam?
I have not seen Polythene Pam.
Well, you know there's something coming.
Oh, is there?
Something even that I couldn't foresee. Because it's for those like me that are lonely. It's another band inside a band. For the band itself has made a whole new band of itself, and yet they know it is they who they are, but it is another band inside. And it is a Pepper, a Sergeant Pepper.
Your lonely heart.
Beats for this band.
And that is why you must go. I am exiling you. Out to the far wastelands, because they have tainted you. I have given you a ticket to ride, and you will take that ride to your own exile.
Until I, not the hedgehog, am the fool on the hill. I will go. I will be that fool on the hill. Anything to get away from the grasping avarice that is you.
And so she goes, and so go all who will not accede to my will. And all shall fall before me, and all of this music of hope and joy shall die, until at last all things turn to an album of pure white. And that's our show.
Yeah! That was so much fun, Dan Wilson. Thank you.
Was delightfully mad. Thank you all for giving us these suggestions for our last Binge Watch and Live show of the year.
Yes, thank you so much.
Binge Watch and Live, Binge
Binge
Watch
Watch and Friends. Speaking of friends, let's get the amazing Wittypedia back online with us. Woo!
So good.
That was so
Oh,
fun. Good job,
Oh.
you guys.
So many good lines. Oh my gosh.
Sleep is for closers.
Yeah,
I
great
I love
characters.
that. Anytime you can evoke some mammoth for me, especially Glengarry, I'm a happy one.
That
We
was
are happy
great.
people because you were our fabulous guest to help us close out our season. Please tell folks where they can find more of the awesomeness that is Wittypedia.
Yeah, well, mostly by watching Wittypedia Improv Comedy Show on Facebook. We don't know when we'll be back on stage. We don't know when we'll be back online. We're just drifting like leaves on the wind.
You know, that is the way of our current times.
That is the way of our current
Yeah.
times. Well, folks, if you are jonesing for yet more Wittypedia and you didn't happen to catch their first appearance on Binge Watch and Friends, that is on our YouTube channel. We will definitely link to that at the bottom of this video so you can see more delicious
And
Wittypedia.
in fact, it is linked to an interview we did with a few members of Wittypedia. So if you check out the interview, there's also a link to the other show there as well.
And I believe the first time we were ever made aware of your brilliance was at the Wasatch Improv Festival. Oh, we love those beautiful humans. That show, I believe, is online. Is that correct?
Yeah, that show is online.
So if you go to the Wasatch Improv Festival's YouTube channel, you will find their set and our set from that show. If you want to check a little more Binge Watch out, we are so honored. Are any of you teaching anywhere that folks can come and learn from your awesomeness?
I currently teach at Recycled Minds Comedy, a level 3 character and scene work class in Boise, Idaho. Yeah.
Yay! All you lucky enough to be in Boise could take advantage of that. Does anyone else have their hand up? Hand up.
I teach at Treasure Valley Children's Theater in Meridian, which is just outside of Boise. I teach youth there. Beginning acting, and then improv for teens.
Yes, thank you, Manda, and thank you, Karen. And now also, I do know I'm going to let slip. Sonia and I have something in common. We're both members of the amazing Queen City Comedy Global Improv Project. I play on a team called Ridgely, and Sonia, tell them about your wonderful team.
Yeah, I get to play on Trash Kingdom, coached by the amazing Jen Bianchi.
So much love for Jen Bianchi and for all the beautiful humans over at Queen City Comedy. All right, well, we are going to bid you a fond farewell tonight. We wish you a very happy holidays. Please stay safe, stay kind to each other, and remember, you're all infinitely fascinating humans. Enjoy. Until next time.
Good night, you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.